Welcome back to my channel. It is Majestically Maya, and today is a video where I'm going to show you something that is unrelated to hair. Today's video is going to be very quick if you have a Cricut machine. Previously, for our first dance, my husband and I dressed up like Sandy and Danny from Grease, but we wore our wedding jackets. So I saw this design on Etsy and I wanted our jackets to be different colors instead of black and white, so I went ahead and made them. Plus I think by the time I saw that design I didn't have time to order it. But yep, so Mrs. since 22, then my husband's jacket, Mr., and then married 20. So in the back, married since 2022. Now, this is the final time that we're going to dress up like Danny and Sandy. And I looked online, like many of you who are here watching this video probably did the same. I searched for the jacket to buy it already made, and I noticed that people were charging $50 and $60. And for me, I don't think it's worth it to really invest in a costume piece, especially on the last go around, and we may not wear this again. I'd rather customize it, and that way if he wants to wear the jacket, it just, you know, it won't go to waste, or it'd be less waste than there could have been. So I'm here to save you a pretty penny. Okay, so what you're going to need today besides the Cricut machine is a blank sweater. So here's the plain sweater. I don't care for the buttons, but again, I was just trying to be cheap and affordable. And sorry, my chair is a little squeaky today. The sweater, I think I got it for like $11 or $13 at Walmart. And then the material that you're gonna cut. This is flocked material, and it's by 405 Basics. Flocked iron-on. This is the red color, and it says made in Germany. Okay, so I got this from Hobby Lobby. Oh, and also this was $7.49. So the material that I will have leftovers and I can use it again, in addition to the sweater, is much cheaper. Once you do the math, it's much cheaper than spending $60 on just the jacket already made. Besides that, I have my Cricut machine, which you can kind of see right here. And then I am going to use my hand press to iron on the letter A on the side and then the band on the arm, rather than using my shirt press because I just don't want to burn the sweater. I have a tip for you guys regarding if you're a newbie. Okay, if you already know this, please disregard. But this is my mat that I'm going to use to cut the vinyl. Okay, this is the fabric grip. Now, when you are doing your design, if you want to know how large to make whatever you're going to cut out, yes, you look at the squares, but also compare it to your garment. Because when I first started, I wasted a lot of vinyl because I would cut things based on how they appeared on the screen versus how it appeared on the screen within the grid in relation to the garment. Okay? So because I know I want my letter A to be this large, okay, I need to compare that with the space here, right? So I need it to be probably about 6 inches across and 6 inches down. Now, I may or may not change my mind, but 6 by 6 is a pretty good size versus, and that's here, so this is a pretty good size versus if I did like 3 by 3 or something very tiny. And if you're wondering why the sticker is here, it's because I still have the protective film. I keep it on this one to maintain the adhesive. Let's move on to the design of the jacket, which is very simple. I'd already purchased the font for Letterman jackets on Etsy. I had probably paid about $2 or something. And I already had that saved in my library, so I uploaded that. And because it was a bundle of all the letters, I ungrouped the letters and kept the R, and then I upscaled it. Remember, I'm going for about 6 by 6. And this is me increasing the letter. The R for Rydell. When I'm using the grid, I always try to make sure that I pull the screen down so that I can use the full grid and have a more accurate dimension of whatever I'm trying to design. So now I'm focusing on the 6x6 area. It's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Now for the double lines on the sleeve, I had this brilliant idea to use an equal sign, and it actually worked out. So because I like to visualize things, I changed the color from gray. So this is just the basic shape of an equal sign. And then I'm gonna duplicate that. You'll see that process in a second. I'm just upscaling it here. Now remember, the board itself is about 12 by 12. And I wasn't thinking about that when I was initially organizing the equal signs to create that double line for the sleeve. But I'll go back and adjust that later on and you'll see that. And so I'll actually make it a little bit smaller so that it'll fit. Now with this fabric, you have to mirror it. And once I mirrored the fabric so that it will flip the R backwards, we were good to go. And I'm just gonna cut the fabric. I thought it was fitting to go ahead and put my Sandy costume on while I weed the material, and then of course we're gonna do a photo. But yes, I know she didn't have fringe on her jacket, but like, I don't care. Sandy's in the house, ready to cut this vinyl. Here's the design. Here's the R and the double lines. So I'm going to cut off the excess. I think this is as close as I should get it. Okey-dokey. You have to be cognizant of what material you can salvage, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to salvage a square. I didn't cut it as perfectly as I could have, but it's okay. Just make sure you don't cut your design yeah, so we're saving this, and now here's the fun part. I get to weave the materials. I love this part. I don't do all the fancy tricks that everyone does. Oops. You can see the letters are starting to form. You can see that R, that letter, and then my lines at the bottom. with this R, I know that it has to look like the image, because I wanted it to have a line, a border. I just think it looks better that way, even if it's not historically correct for that time period. Okay, it's ready. Now I can remove this, and you can see it's almost ready to apply. Just going to separate my letter from the lines. I flip it. I use the other side because of this stains from when I was doing cups. I need to get another one, so I know. Okay, I put a crease in there, but now I'm starting to doubt that that's going to look good. So I need to iron on that, because otherwise, if I don't iron the crease out, that's going to look very weird on his arm. If you've got a better way and you have like some kind of insert to put on your arm, then do that. But I ironed it all the way, and then I'm ironing out any creases I made so that it's just one whole band. And I didn't make the band long enough to go around his arm because I'm not a professional and I don't care about perfection. I just want the costume to look nice enough. Ooh. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the contrast. Beautiful. Rydell sweater, that's it. Perfect. Perfect, and I have a little bit that I want to, I can iron. Beautiful. Perfect. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Such a cutie patootie. Hi. Hi. Come here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.